Now, we are starting from beginning of SS1 scheme because fundamental quantity and derived quantity, they are the beginning of SS1 scheme apart from introduction to physics. Now, when we say fundamental quantity as the name, from that name fundamental, it means beginning, it means basic. So if you want to define fundamental quantity, you say they are the quantity that are served as basic for other quantity, or they are the quantity from which other quantities are derived. And we have 7 major fundamental quantities. I said major fundamental quantity, and those 7 major fundamental quantities are length, which is measured in meter, time, which is measured in seconds, mass, which is measured in kilogram, then temperature, which is measured in Celsius or Kelvin or Fahrenheit, where electric current, which is measured in ampere, amount of substance, which is measured in mole, where luminous intensity, which is measured in candela. Now, this fundamental quantity, these 7 fundamental quantities, we still have one of them that has family or friends, and which is what? Length. Length has family or friend. I said family because all of them have the same unit, they have the same dimension. And what are those friends? We have displacement, we have distance, we have height, then we have breadth. So all of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they have the same unit, which is what? Meter. They have the same dimension, which is L. And those units that I mentioned, they are just SI unit for them. They have other unit. For instance, length has other unit like centimeter, millimeter, and what? Kilometer, and so on and so forth. We have time. Time also can be measured apart from seconds. You can measure in minutes, you can measure in hours. Then we have mass. Mass can be measured in gram, can be measured in ton. Then we have temperature. Temperature can be measured in what? It's measured in Celsius, in Kelvin, in Celsius, in Fahrenheit. We have electric current, which can be measured in what? Ampere, microampere, but its own SI unit is ampere. Then amount of substance, which is measured in mole. We have luminous intensity, which is measured in candela. Now, we call them fundamental because if you want to measure them, you just need instrument to measure them. For instance, let's try to measure length. So if you want to measure length, you just need meter rule or tape rule. So you just place like this. So this one is giving us 27 centimeter, and that is because we don't need any other material to get length. Then if you want to measure mass of an object, see, like this one, you need this instrument, you just place it on it like this. So this one is giving us 9.8 gram. So we don't need to combine any other thing. Then for the current, we measure current with what? Ampere. This is ammeter. This is an ammeter. The unit of current is ampere. See, like this one. So current is 2.5 ampere. So it can also be measured in what? In microampere. So that is that about fundamental quantity. Now we are now going to what? Derived quantity. When you say derived, from the name, derived, that is, they are the quantity that we can get by combining 2 or more of these fundamental quantity. For instance, let's say derived quantities. So let's take, for instance, we have area. We get area by combining 2 things together. For instance, if I want to measure the area of this laptop, so I will measure the length. What is the length? This is 31 centimeter. Then I will measure the breadth. Then this is 22. Then I will now multiply the 2 together. Therefore, area is from length multiplied by breadth. Then another one is volume. Volume is also what? derived quantity, and it's from length multiplied by breadth multiplied by height. Then we have speed. Speed is from distance over time. Then we have velocity. Velocity is from displacement over time. Then we have another one. We can still have acceleration, which is from velocity over time. So we have many. So we have energy, we have force. Force is also derived quantity. We derive force from mass multiplied by acceleration. We have weight, almost the same thing. Weight is from what? Mass times acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity. That's only difference between this and this. This one is linear acceleration. This one is what? Acceleration due to gravity. Then we have weight. We have energy. Which is what? From force times what? Distance. Then don't forget, we have some of them that still have another formula. But this one is what? General one. So that's why we call them what? Derived quantity. We combine two or more quantities together to get them. So inshallah, the next video will be on unit of this derived quantity and dimension.